like another tip that I would offer for like contracts is to not get frazzled. Like honestly, like studios would always say that they're in a rush to find
Yeah,
someone, and that if they're like they're I
they'll
think
be
one of their
rushing
favorite
you.
lines, yeah, are like, you need to tell us by end of day because we have to hire, like we have to we have to say
Damn,
yes to
power
someone
play.
else, um, and it's true that they're in a rush, but if you have a little bit of, if you're not, if you have, if you think about it, they won't be talking to you if if they didn't want you. So clearly they, like, someone in the back is pushing for, like, to get you. And if you let them rush you into a decision, you're going to ultimately get the worst, like, I mean, not as good of a contract as
Yeah,
you would
yeah.
want. So
The when you say that, that's kind of true. Like when I think about it, I've rarely, if ever, heard anyone say they didn't get a contract because
mhm.
they took too long.
Yeah,
I've never heard
yeah,
that before. I've
yeah,
heard of like companies not getting people because companies
mhm,
took too long
mhm.
to get back to the person, but
Exactly.
not the other way around.
Yeah,
So, if they rush you like that, one day, come on. I mean, let's
yeah,
be real here.
yeah,
Nobody realistically thinks
yeah,
that it takes one day just to make a decision on like moving to another country and working with
yeah,
the company. So they definitely, if they say that, they're definitely
yeah.
doing some sort of power play to try to get you.
Exactly. And yeah, again, don't take it personal and don't reply being a dick because, you know, you could be blacklisted. Just be
Yeah.
very, like, I would say, be very polite. And like, if you have to reply because you're full of rage from the contract negotiation, do a subtle burn where, it's not really, you're not really like, where they're not really sure whether it's a burn or not, but, you can sort of feel it,
Just sneak it in the. It's
yeah,
like,
just yeah, yeah. And
it's
the
not enough
best,
to get blacklisted, but it is
yeah,
enough to say, hey, listen,
yeah. Like, we're not playing
I don't
games
like
here.
this.
This is, yeah,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
not
What's
playing
going
under
on
your
here?
terms.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I think that's the main thing. It's like,
yeah,
keep your composure, and if you don't get it, don't think it's don't think it's you. A lot of
yeah,
times, just the timing isn't right, and
yeah,
if you don't get it, then it wasn't meant to be yours in the first place. And there's
yeah,
plenty of other jobs. Like honestly, there's plenty of other jobs. You can, like, for example, uh, you could like, just by simply lowering your rate by a few, like, just a bit, you'll probably get tons of jobs in return. I mean, yeah, your rate's a bit lower, but if you ever wanted a job, you could get one. So
yeah,
don't put yourself in a position where a studio can bully you into giving you a rate that you don't
yeah.
deserve.
Into a low rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can always go back, but it's hard to go forward up in rate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like the more you keep trying to push to go up, then
Mm-hmm.
the easier it will be to get that higher rate. But if
Yeah.
you keep lowballing yourself, you're just going to be that guy that everybody knows, like, oh, this guy doesn't charge a lot, like let's get him
Yeah.
or her. That's the scary part. It's like you don't want to get known as cheap,
Yeah.
like in the industry, and it is like a small industry, so companies do talk to each other.
Yeah.
And it's good that you brought up the blacklisting, because that, I think that's an important part of like contracts as well. Like you can get blacklisted, and there
Yeah.
is this like ethereal unknown blacklisting floating around HR companies that people are like, this guy or this girl,
Yeah.
no, like you
Yeah.
blacklisted. And actually true, because it makes it really difficult for you to get jobs.
There's
I
definitely a
I have never
blacklist.
been
Yeah.
approached by a recruiter um,
Oh yeah.
in the years that I've like you hear people getting hit up on LinkedIn and stuff
Mm-hmm.
for job.
Yeah.
I've never gotten hit up on LinkedIn,
Oh really?
and I don't know if I'm on some unknown staff list or something,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, no
Maybe.
recruiter has ever headhunted me.
Yeah, I've gotten a few, but I think maybe you're on the untouchable list. That's on Luma.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
there could be some sort of untouchable, like, hey, this is our staff. Like, you cannot headhunt this person.
Yeah.
It would make sense if there's a blacklist going around that there is also like
An
a
untouchable list.
whitelist.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Possibly. I mean, we have to see.
I don't want to
Actually, I'm
speculate, but
curious.
yeah, yeah.
I'm curious because this would stroke your ego. So let's see if anybody knows there's an untouchable list. Please let us know because I'm very curious now. Actually,
Yeah, I'm super curious because I'm like, why have I never been? Maybe I'm just not that good. Maybe nobody wants me.
you know why? Because you're in Melbourne. There's not like a big market there.
No, but I've heard like other like I've honestly heard other people at Luma like get emails from
Oh, okay.
people like recruiters, but
Yeah.
yeah, I just know that I have never have. So
Yeah.
maybe I feel like there is some sort of list.
Yeah. I think. Oh, yeah. Being, let's say if you go in interviews, but really helped as well. I guess the last point I'll make is, being friendly to recruiters. What I noticed is, I was interviewing somewhere. I guess I can say which studio. Um, I was interviewing at DNEG in Vancouver, and when I met up with the supervisor and the recruiter, they were super nice. We got along really pretty well, and we stayed in touch. The timing didn't work, so I didn't take the job, and but she moved on to ILM after, and when she moved on to ILM, when she first got there, when they were looking for people, she hit me up. I mean, I don't know her well, but keeping these connects and keeping these relationships, it's not a bad idea because you'll keep getting updates about jobs randomly here and there, and I think it's pretty cool. Like it's a that's a good leverage point as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think you're definitely a lot better at the social thing than I am, because
Not
you're
really.
always in touch with like other animators. With me, I'm like a little like because I've been at the one place for so long. I'm like in my little bubble. So
I
I
tell you what
really
happens. I'll tell you the what I noticed happens and what a lot like people always say that I know about all this underground information. Okay,
I feel like you do because
but I
we talk all the
honestly,
time and you tell me about all this underground information.
hey, don't say that, man. You're gonna get me in trouble. But uh, thing is, it's what okay. So what happens is I go like I used to at least go out for drinks or I talk like I tell people like for example what we talked earlier about like I'm open about my situation with contracts with everything. I'm very forward about it, and if anybody needs information, I'll be happy to give them all that salary information about me. And I think over time, uh, the more people you meet just through work and from animator friends to another, they start because they know you're so like they know you're open to talking about like private stuff. They are willing to tell you about things like what they've heard on the streets, like that could help. Like for example, if I'm like in need of a job in the next 2 months, they probably would be like, hey, oh, by the way, I heard there's this job coming up, you should take a look at it. Yeah, it's all from just being open about talking about these things and just being a normal person. And I
Yeah.
think that, yeah, I think it's sort of paid off in an unexpected way, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think you really set out to. It
Hmm.
wasn't like a motivation. Like, "Okay, I got to make friends with these people and talk about my contracts and all this and that, so I
Hell
can get
no.
work in the future." But like it worked out like that way.
Hmm.
So I guess in hindsight, it's actually a really good thing. It's
Yeah.
good info to share to
Yeah.
you
I
know.
mean, it definitely worked. Like, I mean, if you know me, I hate human beings in general. It's just, I mean, like, yeah, but I think this worked out. Like, in
You hate
terms
them,
of,
but they like you. So what can you do? What can you do?
that sounds so arrogant. That's not what I meant.
It's
Yeah,
all
cool.
right. I said it.
Yeah, you said it. Yeah, cool. All right, I think that's a wrap. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching another episode. We'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.
Thanks for watching or listening to our content. If you like what you saw, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks again. Peace.